Chapter 4. The Pleasure Principle. Day 16. Higher Taste. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remains. But, ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Bhagavad-Gita 2:59. You can't give up lower pleasures until you've tasted higher ones. This is why most attempts at spiritual discipline fail. People try to renounce material pleasures through willpower alone, creating a vacuum that eventually sucks them back into old patterns. It's like trying to quit eating junk food without having any healthy alternatives. Eventually, hunger wins. The Bhagavad Gita reveals a different approach. Don't fight against lower pleasures, transcend them by experiencing higher ones. The pleasure hierarchy. Not all pleasures are created equal. The Gita describes a hierarchy of enjoyment from lowest to highest. Sensory pleasure. Temporary stimulation of the physical senses. Or mental pleasure. Satisfaction from achievement, recognition, intellectual stimulation. Emotional pleasure. Joy from relationships, creativity, beauty. Spiritual pleasure. Bliss from connection with Krishna. Each level is more satisfying and lasting than the previous. The problem isn't that we seek pleasure. It's that we're seeking it at the wrong levels. The sugar cube analogy. Imagine you've been sucking on sugar cubes your whole life, thinking that's the ultimate sweetness. Then someone offers you fresh mango, honey, or Swiss chocolate. Suddenly, sugar cubes seem crude and unsatisfying. You don't have to force yourself to give them up. They've lost their appeal. Material pleasures are spiritual sugar cubes. Once you taste the sweetness of Krishna consciousness, through kirtan, prasadam, deity worship, spiritual relationships, material pleasures automatically lose their grip on you. The reciprocation principle. Here's what's amazing about spiritual pleasure. It's reciprocal. Material pleasures are one way. You extract enjoyment from objects or experiences. But spiritual pleasure involves a relationship where both parties experience joy. When you chant Krishna's names with love, Krishna reciprocates. When you offer food with devotion, Krishna accepts and returns the offering as prasadam, mercy. When you serve devotees, you experience a joy that's multiplied, not divided. The sustainability factor. Material pleasures follow the law of diminishing returns. The first ice cream is amazing, the second is good, the third is okay, and the fourth makes you sick. You need more and more stimulation for less and less satisfaction. Spiritual pleasures work oppositely. The more you chant, the sweeter it becomes. The more you serve, the more joy you experience. The deeper your Krishna consciousness, the greater your capacity for transcendental pleasure. The prasadam phenomenon. One of the most accessible spiritual pleasures is prasadam, food offered to Krishna. This isn't just blessed food or symbolic eating. When Krishna accepts an offering, the food becomes spiritualized. Eating it is a completely different experience from ordinary eating. Devotees describe prasadam as having a taste beyond its ingredients, a spiritual satisfaction that nourishes not just the body but the soul. It's practical proof that spiritual pleasure is real, accessible, and superior to material enjoyment. The kirtan experience. Another immediately accessible spiritual pleasure is kirtan, congregational chanting of Krishna's names with music. This isn't just religious singing. It's a technology for experiencing transcendental sound vibration. In kirtan, you are not a passive audience but an active participant in creating spiritual energy. The call and response format engages your whole being, voice, ears, mind, emotions, body. The result is a joy that makes material entertainment seem flat by comparison. The association amplifier. Spiritual pleasure is amplified in association with other devotees. When you chant alone, it's powerful. When you chant with others, it's exponentially more powerful. This isn't just group psychology, it's spiritual physics. Devotees together create a field of spiritual energy that everyone present can access. It's like the difference between a single candle and a bonfire. Same fire, vastly different heat and light. Tomorrow's secret. Now you understand the principle of higher taste. Tomorrow we're going to explore how to practically develop this taste through the 9 processes of devotional service. You're about to discover why Bhakti Yoga isn't just one practice but a complete system for transforming every aspect of your consciousness. Day 17. Your complete spiritual toolkit. Prahlada Maharaja said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.23. You don't need to master all 9. Perfecting even one can take you all the way home. The 9 processes of devotional service aren't sequential steps you must complete in order. They're 9 different doorways into the same room, Krishna consciousness. You can enter through any door, though most practitioners naturally engage multiple processes. 1. Shravanam, hearing. This is the foundation. Hearing about Krishna from authorized sources, scriptures, realized souls, recorded lectures, fills your consciousness with spiritual sound vibration. In our age of podcasts and audiobooks, this is incredibly accessible. You can hear about Krishna while commuting, exercising, cooking. Every moment of hearing is depositing spiritual credits in your consciousness account. 2. Kirtanam, chanting. This includes both japa, private meditation on beads, and sankirtan, congregational chanting. When you chant Krishna's names, you're directly associating with him because Krishna and his names are non-different. Chanting is the most powerful process for this age. It doesn't require any qualification except sincerity. A child can do it, a scholar can do it, anyone can access this doorway immediately. 3. Smaranam, remembering. Throughout your day, remember Krishna. Remember his form, his pastimes, his instructions, his devotees. This isn't forced concentration but natural meditation on what you've heard and chanted. It's like when you're in love. You naturally think about your beloved without forcing it. As your Krishna consciousness develops, remembrance becomes spontaneous and constant. 4. Padasavanam, serving the Lord's feet. This includes deity worship, temple service, and any physical service to Krishna's form or residence. It engages your hands and body in devotion. You don't need access to a temple. Creating a simple altar at home, offering flowers, cleaning Krishna's space. These are all padasavanam. It transforms routine physical activities into devotional meditation. 5. Archanam, deity worship. This is the formal process of worshipping Krishna's deity form with various items. Incense, lamps, flowers, water, food. It's like a daily reunion with your best friend, following a protocol that shows respect and love. Deity worship seems strange to modern minds until you understand that Krishna can manifest in material elements to accept our service. The deity isn't a symbol or idol. It's Krishna making himself accessible to our material senses. 6. Vandanam, prayers. Offering heartfelt prayers to Krishna creates intimate personal connection. This isn't begging for material things but expressing gratitude, seeking guidance, offering yourself. Prayers can be formal from scriptures, or personal from your heart. Both are valuable. The key is sincerity, speaking to Krishna as a person, not a concept. 7. Dasyam, servitude. Seeing yourself as Krishna's eternal servant and acting accordingly. This doesn't mean becoming anyone's doormat but recognizing your constitutional position as part serving the whole. Every role you play, parent, professional, friend, becomes an opportunity for dasyam when you see it as service to Krishna through serving his parts and parcels. 9. Atmanivdanam, complete surrender. The ultimate process, offering everything to Krishna. Your thoughts, words, actions, possessions, relationships, desires, fears, everything becomes an offering. This isn't giving up your life but giving it direction. Like a river surrendering to the ocean, you maintain your existence but merge your purpose with Krishna's will. The combination effect. While perfecting one process is sufficient, most devotees naturally combine several. You might emphasize chanting and hearing while also offering prayers and remembering. The processes support and amplify each other. It's like learning music. You might focus on piano, but understanding rhythm, harmony, and theory makes you a better pianist. Similarly, each devotional process enhances the others. Your natural match. Different people are attracted to different processes based on their nature. Intellectuals gravitate toward hearing. Artists toward deity worship. Musicians toward chanting. Emotional types toward prayers and remembrance. There's no hierarchy. The best process is the one that engages your heart. Krishna accepts any sincere approach through any of these doorways. Tamar's power. Tomorrow we're going to explore the most controversial and misunderstood aspect of Krishna consciousness, the Guru principle. You're about to discover why having a spiritual teacher isn't about giving up your intelligence but about accessing a higher level of it. Day 18. Why you need a spiritual teacher. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad-Gita 4:34. You wouldn't perform surgery on yourself. Why do you think you can navigate spiritual reality alone? In every field of knowledge, medicine, law, engineering, even cooking, we accept the need for teachers. We understand that theoretical knowledge from books isn't enough. We need someone with practical experience to guide us. Yet somehow, when it comes to spirituality, everyone thinks they can figure it out themselves. The Bhagavad-Gita disagrees. It states that spiritual knowledge must come through parampara, disciplic succession, from teacher to student, generation after generation. The GPS analogy. Imagine trying to navigate to a specific address in a foreign city without GPS, maps, or locals to ask. You might eventually stumble upon your destination, but it would take countless wrong turns, wasted time, and unnecessary frustration. A genuine guru is like spiritual GPS. They've traveled the path, know the shortcuts, understand the obstacles, and can guide you efficiently to your destination. Not because they're special, but because they're connected to the satellite, the previous teachers in the disciplic succession leading back to Krishna. The qualification question. Not everyone who claims to be a guru is qualified. The Gita is clear about the qualifications. A genuine guru must be self-realized, has direct experience of spiritual truth, and must be coming in disciplic succession, connected to an authorized lineage. It's like the difference between someone who's read about swimming and someone who actually swims. You want to learn from the swimmer, not the theorist. The submission misconception. The Gita mentions approaching the guru submissively, which makes modern minds uncomfortable. We're trained to question authority, think independently, never submit to anyone. But spiritual submission isn't blind faith or giving up your intelligence. It's like a patient trusting a surgeon. You submit to their expertise because you recognize they have knowledge and experience you lack. You still ask questions, understand the process, maintain your discrimination. The service secret. The Gita mentions rendering service to the guru. This isn't about becoming someone's servant, but about creating the proper consciousness for receiving spiritual knowledge. When you serve someone, you naturally become humble and receptive. Your ego steps aside, creating space for higher knowledge to enter. It's like emptying a cup before filling it with fresh water. The service mentality empties you of pride so wisdom can flow in. The living connection. Books are important, but they can't answer your specific questions, correct your particular mistakes, or encourage you when you're struggling. A guru provides living guidance tailored to your unique situation and consciousness. It's the difference between reading a medical textbook and consulting a doctor. The book contains the knowledge, but the doctor applies it to your specific condition. The internal and external. The Vedic texts describe two gurus. The Chaitya guru, Krishna in your heart as supersoul, and the Diksha/Siksha guru, the external teacher. They work together. The external guru helps you hear the internal guru more clearly. As you advance spiritually, you develop the ability to receive guidance from within. But that internal guidance is confirmed and clarified through the external guru and scripture. The Chaitya guru. The question culture. A genuine guru encourages questions, not blind following. The guru-disciple relationship is based on inquiry and understanding, not dogma and belief. The Gita itself is structured as questions and answers between Arjuna and Krishna. Real spiritual growth comes from sincere inquiry, not passive acceptance. Tomorrow's revolution. Understanding the guru principle prepares you for transformation and commitment. You're about to discover why spiritual life requires more than casual interest. It requires revolutionary dedication. But don't worry, this isn't about extreme vows or impossible commitments. It's about practical steps that anyone can take to prepare their spiritual journey,